forgot how to DM for like a second. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Homeroom Heroes. My name is Lyle, your dungeon master for this Dark Places and Demogorgons playthrough. To my right, I have a new student at at Clementine Jr.
I'm nervous.
And then Kristen,
There's someone new here.
Kristen, go ahead and introduce your character.
My name is Courtney Walter. I can speak English and French.
Dang.
My parents were the high school quarterback and prom queen at the local high school. My mom ended up becoming a chemist. I am 4'11" and a half. The half matters.
Half always matters.
Hair is shoulder length. It's light brown, green eyes. I'm a girl. I'm 12, and I have $300.
Dang. What? I have like 18 or something.
She loaded.
I'm 12 and I have $300.
I have $9. That's Harold. Harold has $9.
Yeah, 2 of them's from like me or something.
Yeah, you stole
All right, and going around the table.
Julian, I'm playing Xander Morales. What?
And I'm Brandon, I'm playing Rhys Cooper.
All right, so
Rhys?
Rhys.
My name is Rhys.
My name Rhys.
Affectionately known as Reese's from Harold. Making fun of your name.
Dang.
And then I just think, of course you're thinking of candy, aren't you?
Dude.
Okay, so do we know what happened last episode?
Last episode, I think we were just at home after...
Yeah, after an awkward day.
I bled out a lot.
So basketball game happened, and Harold escaped the scene to not get in trouble because Xander had a panic attack, and Rhys got elbowed in the face. And he's trying to stop a bloody nose
For a while.
Yes. Harold doubled back though and started basically antagonizing Xander in the locker room, and Rhys came in. Everyone escaped. Everything was good. You guys went home and recuperated, and we did level up last episode too.
Yeah,
so that's
sure
really
did.
cool. This episode,
Pretty sweet.
it's going to be the morning of the 14th.
14th.
September 14th, which is a
Oh,
Wednesday.
I should write that down.
Write this down.
You don't have to if you don't want to. So it's the morning of the 14th. Rhys and Xander, can you roll me a perception, please? As we always do in the morning, just to see how you guys get ready. Nice.
Wow, you're loud.
That was pretty loud.
14.
10.
Alright, perception?
Yeah, add your wisdom to it.
Oh, 15.
15?
10.
10? Let's go say Brandon, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Rhys.
You always start off with saying our
This
real
is
names.
hard, okay?
It's always the first one.
Yes. And then
It's
after that,
literally
it's
every
pretty good.
episode.
Okay,
It's
so
pretty funny.
Rhys, you wake up 15 minutes later than you're used to. So
Oh,
you
man.
are rushing to get out.
Okay.
Xander, your television is on.
Okay.
And you get ready normally. Your television's on. There is nothing weird. No weird news that happened. So everything's pretty good. What do you have for breakfast? Because you can have breakfast. I'm going to say, Rhys, you don't have breakfast.
Okay.
Because you're rushing out.
No, my grandma gave me more peanut butter crackers.
What am I having? I'm having some Count Chocula.
Okay.
just let it sit for a bit. Yeah.
Milk type.
Whole milk.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow.
fancy stuff, huh?
Courtney, roll me a d20 and add in your wisdom modifier to it. Let's see how you get up this morning.
I have an 18.
18 plus your wisdom. 18. Wow. Okay.
Hmm.
So, how do you wake up this morning? Paint us a picture. Tell us what your house feels like.
How many people you step on?
I have 4 servants.
King on your
I have
bed?
the one that wakes me up.
Butler wakes you up. Is a
Yeah,
butler
the
or
one-
maid?
Wait,
maid.
4 servants?
I'm a
She has
12-year-old
4
girl.
servants?
I have
Damn.
4 servants.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
So a maid wakes me up in the morning to get up. I get ready on my own though. Another one.
I like that.
There's one that, let's say, what's the male equivalent of a
Butler.
Butler?
It's a butler.
Sebastian.
Sure.
It's always Sebastian.
True.
He cooks.
No,
so
Alfred.
He's cooking breakfast.
No, it's only one case.
What do you have for breakfast?
Scrambled eggs and toast.
Nice. So now you did roll an 18.
Yes.
So I'm giving you free reign. When do you get to school?
Considering it's my first day there, I have to go early to meet the principal.
Okay.
Oh.
So you let's say that school starts promptly.
We also met the principal.
Technically, yeah.
For completely bad reasons.
Yeah.
Completely opposite reasons.
Yeah.
So school starts promptly at 7:15. That's for homeroom. So I'm gonna say that you get to school at like 6:45.
Okay.
So you're there first, and then Xander arrives a little bit, like the normal time, and then
I did wait for Rhys, but then since he was running late, I'm like, all right, he's on his own. I got to go to school.
How do you convey that, or do you just say, "Oh no, like this happens every now and then"?
Every once in a while, like
just gotta wait until a certain time and then go.
Yeah,
okay.
then
So this is already a thing that's established. How you guys get there? So Rhys, I would say that you get in right when homeroom, in the middle of homeroom. I'm gonna say you get to homeroom at like 7:20.
Okay.
So after you're done with the principals, and you get your homeroom class. Your homeroom class is with the math teacher, the science teacher, Mr. Conduit, and you're in the same homeroom as these fools.
What do you mean, fool?
So,
one new kid.
Are you gonna just head straight to homeroom after you get your schedule and all that? Or do you just?
The school year has already started, right?
No,
we're like
started.
4 days in.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not.
No, wait, we're in the second week.
We're in the second week. We're in the middle of the second week of school. Okay. So it's still, everyone's still kind of adjusting, that type of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to know what you want to do with your time between after meeting the principal and then going to homeroom.
Well, I'll say that my mom went with me to go meet the principal. And then the principal tells me what the science class. My mom's a chemist, so she walks me to the class.
So your mom is with you right now.
She's walking me to the room. Yes.
Okay.
Is this up to par?
Xander, roll perception. I want you to know. I want to see if you notice the new kid.
Any modifiers?
Wisdom.
11.
I'm gonna say you notice. You notice. So tell me how you notice.
Nervously.
Oh, okay. Julian's sweating and Julian's like actually shaking.
One new kid.
So Xander notices, and you're like you sit in your normal seat, back row, second chair from the back, window seat. The anime protagonist seat. Okay. So, Rhys, roll your perception as you get in to homeroom.
10.
Okay, I'm going to say you're so late you don't notice.
Okay.
Well, that would probably be after. I'm already sitting
You're already
in
saying
there.
that. Yeah. So you guys are all in there. You guys go through homeroom. Let's go ahead and get through the school day.
All right.
So, Rhys, you have English. Roll me your intelligence. Let's go see what grades we have today.
Oh, no. 11.
11. Okay. So there are 3 verb tenses. What are those 3 verb tenses?
Past, present, and future.
Nice.
Yes, easy.
Yes.
It's easy questions.
So Rhys, congratulations. You have an A in
I was
English.
going to say noun, adjective, and
Wait, what, the kinds of verbs, noun, adjective, and verb?
Xander, Here, you have history class for first period.
Okay.
Roll me that wisdom.
Oh boy.
Add that modifier.
Oh boy. Wisdom?
Yes.
13.
13. Okay.
Wisdom or intelligence?
Oh, that's true.
Wisdom.
Okay,
Just
13.
Wisdom is smarts. Intelligence is like. Oh wait, no, you're right. Sorry.
Intelligence is book learning.
It's the same modifier.
Oh,
So.
okay.
Yeah.
So it is intelligence. Let's go and. What is the study about society and how people behave? Social science, history, psychology, or political science? The study about society and how people behave.
Social science.
Is that your final answer?
That confidence said yes.
That's your final answer?
Sure.
Okay.
It's
So
not.
you now have a B- in history.
Yeah.
That is
On my paper, I circled social science. I erased it. I went to what was it?
it's psychology.
Psychology.
Yes.
And then I circled that. I'm like, no. And then I go back to social science.
It is psychology.
Yeah.
Still frightened by seeing one new child in an
Yeah.
entire school.
I'm still confused. What's happening? This is the second week.
Courtney, you have math.
Math.
Roll me that
jeez.
D20 and add your intelligence, please.
17.
Wow.
Oh. 2 plus 2.
Yeah, 2 plus 2, please.
Give me. Okay, so the question is rational numbers versus irrational numbers.
Okay.
What's a rational number?
A rational number is any. Like an example?
Yes. What makes a number rational?
It's a definitive number on the number line, so it doesn't repeat.
Yes, and then what's irrational?
Would be repeating numbers.
Like
rad 3.
okay. Or okay. So you have an A+ in math. The only A+ in Homeroom Heroes history.
It's a high number. Doesn't get multiple choice.
Yeah. That was
Yeah, you're
way
right.
harder than anything else. I was
Yeah.
like,
That's what it's a plus.
Yeah.
So how
She truly earned that grade.
Yeah.
how I think I'm gonna do grades is that if you get above if you beat the questions AC, you don't get a negative.
Okay.
Unless you get the answer like way wrong. So
Okay.
it's either going to be either 1 full grade, 1 half grade, or no change.
Okay.
So Julian went down. You have a B-.
Okay.
Because you met. So I'm going to say the range between like 9 to 12, 13. That's like neutral. Anything like 13 or higher, 15 or higher, I guess, is going to be like you don't get any negatives. You only get positives or nothing. Okay. So yeah, that's why Courtney has the only A+ in history, in all history.
the history of the school.
She had private tutors.
Yeah,
That's true.
It's all her. Gosh,
Butlers and-
that beginner's luck roll. Okay, so it's gonna be the school day goes by fine. I'm gonna say that during gym, everyone gets put into teams for Indian runs.
Oh boy.
And I'm going to say that you 3 get put into the Indian run together in the same team. So go ahead and roll me. Riggedy, roll me, everyone. Roll me a Constitution.
9.
12.
16.
Okay, so I'm going to say that as you guys are doing your Indian runs, Courtney is not having a good time because bougie lifestyle. Doesn't have to do with it.
Okay.
I have basic athletics.
So does everyone else.
We all do. But do you use them?
Xander and Rhys, Xander,
Mm-hmm.
you because of your anxiety and the medication you have to take, it's obviously it's good for you to do physical activity, but it's not Sorry. I'm looking at Julian's microphone cable, and I just want to make sure it's not pulling on it at all, because it looks like it is. The actual physical cable. It looks like it's pulling.
Oh, shoot. You were
Let's not do that. Okay. So Xander is going to have a not as hard of a time with it as Courtney is, and then Rhys, your martial arts extraordinaire, so you're fine. So as you guys are going through this gym class, let's hear our first interaction with the new kid. As you guys are running.
As we're running?
As we're running.
Hi.
It'd be nice if you slowed down so I could catch up.
Rhys is like...
Yeah, I'm just like getting bits and pieces as I'm lapping.
Okay.
Wait, are you new?
The physical activity ends. Courtney is out of breath. Xander is
out of breath.
Out of breath, but not out of breath.
Okay.
Courtney's like lying down, trying to like not die. And Rhys, you're fine. Rhys, I would say Rhys, you're the one that initiates the conversation because you're the one that is able
to talk.
Yeah. I go, you both okay? It was just some running.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm used to driving. I usually don't need to run.
You drive already?
My parents taught me early.
Lucky. I'm only good at driving in video games when I go to the arcade. I'm really good.
Well, maybe I can teach you guys sometime.
Oh, cool.
We get to drive?
What kind of car do you have?
Say,
Is
it's not my car, it's my dad's car.
Is it expensive?
I'd imagine so.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so as you guys are speaking, you guys exit the gym and you're making your way out to the lunch area because it's now lunch. Courtney needs to go use the bathroom, so she goes to go ahead and use the bathroom. Xander and Rhys, roll me a perception. And perception 15. Is the wisdom modifier.
Is it pretty much every time?
Yeah.
Okay, then 16.
2.
Boy.
Rhys, you also go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Xander, you notice Harold.
Oh boy.
Walking up to Courtney as Courtney's going out, and you overhear Harold being like, "Hey, what up, new kid? I hear you're really rich."
I'll yell at Harold. Wait, how far am I to him?
What did you roll?
16.
16? You could... You're within earshot. You're within earshot, obviously, for him, or enough within earshot to hear Harold say that.
Alright. So I'll be like... Or I'll walk up, like, behind Harold and be like, "Hey!"
So Harold turns around and says, "Move it, Xanderals," and he shoves you. And let's see how far he shoves you.
You are back home.
Can you even shove me?
He rolled an 11. What's your AC?
13.
Okay, so you just take a step back.
I shove him back.
Okay,
Ooh.
roll.
Ooh.
Add your strength.
1.
Oh my gosh, you crit failed?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to shove him, and you just fall down.
Yeah.
You straight up just fall down. Courtney, I almost called you Constance.
What?
I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say Kanye at least.
I thought you were gonna call her the science teacher conduit.
So Courtney, this is your first time seeing Xander. This is basically your first time ever interacting with a bully. Ever. Harold doing what he did, and then also seeing Xander fall down and stuff, and how he's interacting with Harold makes you even more scared of Harold because he just came up and started accosting you. Yeah. I need you to roll a courage saving throw. So so a courage saving throw is you roll a d20, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to roll under or tie that saving throw.
I keep using this dice. I wanted to change it up right now.
I rolled a 5, and I have the number 10.
Okay, good. So you saved your courage. You're good. So nothing really bad happens to you. You're like in your head. I would like to say that you're like, oh, I know this is a public school. I've been privately schooled my whole life. Would you say that you've been in private schools, or are you homeschooled?
Very homeschooled.
You're homeschooled by one of your four serpents.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been at homeschool. You've read about this, and this is your first time interacting. So I would say that since you rolled since you rolled past your courage, you're not scared as much as you're like, oh, this is how it is. This is how school is.
It's one of those bullies I've heard about.
So Harold turns around, and you're not scared, and he notices that. So he's gonna go, and he's gonna try to grapple you. So I need you to roll a strength saving throw.
So I want to roll.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll that d20, and you're gonna add your strength.
Oh, jeez. 16?
16.
17 minus 1?
Yeah, so 16. So Harold is stronger than you. He has a 17. So he...
Can I do anything about this? Can I throw my backpack?
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
You're on the floor.
So
exactly.
So Harold has you grappled. He has you by the arm, so you can't move.
Okay. I would like to throw my backpack at his ankles.
Dexterity.
All right, let's go. All right, just make sure I'm using the right dice this time. Dex 11 or 12. Sorry.
12. It doesn't meet his AC. So I would say that your the backpack falls short.
Okay.
Or no, it doesn't fall short because you guys are kind of right next to each other. You just fell down next to him. So I would say that your backpack goes past both of them, and it slides towards the boys' bathroom where Rhys just comes out of.
Cool.
Okay.
And I just look down at the backpack that just flung in front of me, and then I look up to see Harold grappling the new girl.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
so he goes over to Courtney and he goes, "All right, rich kid. Wow. Okay, so I'm pretty sure 22 beats whatever AC you ever have. So with this 22, Harold goes in and he grabs the charm bracelet that's around your neck and he pulls and he wrist. Oh, is it bracelet or necklace? Bracelet. So he grabs. He has your arm grabbed and he notices the bracelet and it looks expensive. He's like, "Oh, this looks like it's gonna cost you a lot of money," and he grabs it and tears it off of you. What do you say? How important is this thing to you?
Very.
Why?
It's an heirloom from my grandmother.
Okay. So Courtney goes, "It's my grandmother's."
And I just start crying.
Okay. You really start crying. So he goes, "If you want this back, meet me at the junkyard with $150." And he tries to run away.
I go to trip him as he runs.
Okay. Yeah, he does pass by you, so I need you to roll me the dexterity for that.
With pleasure. Oh my gosh. I have too many tabs open. Okay.
Too many dice.
Too many dice. 6.
You don't trip him. Yeah. He escapes with Courtney's charm bracelet. That's from her grandmother's.
Okay.
Encounter is over.
I get up.
So
thank you for trying.
So yeah, what do you guys do?
I go up to her and be like, "I'm sorry. I tried, but we know Harold. We'll take care of him."
Okay. So.
But he asked for money. How much money do you have?
None. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Get the bucket.
So what I want to know basically at this point is, are you going to meet Harold at the junkyards tonight?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
But I want to go. But I want to go.
Are you going to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all going.
Okay. Before we split up, I'd like to say, let's all leave our money at home. Just real quick. Let's all just... It's at our house.
Okay.
I grab my nunchucks at my house.
Okay. So I'm about to say the school day ends before. As you guys are going out, all three of you guys are. Is it safe to say that all three of you guys are kind of together walking out? Like you guys are basically planning to see how this is going to happen and go down.
We're all mentally preparing ourselves.
Harold
and
on the way
physically
out sees you guys out on the way, and he says, "See you dweebs at 7," and then he screws off.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you guys have until between now and 7 o'clock to go and do whatever.
Okay.
What do you guys do? As you guys are walking home, I guess, and I guess Courtney is going to be picked up.
There's a driver with a fancy car.
Yeah. So as you guys are walking away from campus, going towards Courtney's car.
Mm-hmm. Whoa! Nice car.
I could give you guys a ride home.
Really?
If you like, or we could hang out before we go.
Can we hang out in the car?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Sure.
Hang out for a while.
Sweet.
Apparently we have something to do later anyways.
Yeah.
What's your last name?
Walter.
Okay. So
Walter.
the butler goes out and he's waiting for you with the door open and he says, "Good afternoon, Miss Walter. Who are these?"
It's hooligans.
These are friends I made today
Oh, lovely.
at school.
Will we be giving them a ride home?
If they'd like.
Yeah?
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Very well. Very well, he says, and he goes over to the driver's. He goes over to the other door to go ahead and open it to let you guys in. And then you guys clamber in the car. He closes them for
Thank you, sir.
And he starts driving off. So, what do you guys talk about? Oh, you guys are obviously planning on exactly what to do.
What do we talk about? So have you played Double Dragon at all?
Oh yeah, do you know what video games are?
Pardon?
It's like this cool video game where it's two guys and they're like one's like a red karate guy and the other one's like a blue karate guy and like they beat up thugs and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, that kind of sounds like what both of you did today.
Yeah.
So if it's anything like that, I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm the red one.
I'm the blue one.
It sounds like you guys are completely okay with the fact, and Courtney, you sound not also okay with the fact that Harold went away with this.
Well, I'm a bit phased, and it's been an overwhelming first day of school.
I mean, it's fine. We've dealt with Harold before.
Mm-hmm. We've already had detention for knocking him out.
But what happens if we don't give him the money? He said he wanted $150. I'd do anything to get it back.
Okay, well,
I mean, we're gonna try to not give him money at first,
Yeah.
but
I looked down. What kind of shoes are you wearing?
Mary Jane's.
What's that? Okay, is a closed-toe shoe with socks. Okay,
flat.
then I'll just be like, all right, well, try just if you really absolutely need it, maybe put the money in like your sock there for the night, but then don't tell him that you have it until we absolutely need to give him the money. If that's okay with you, I don't know how much money you actually have.
I'm already thankful that you tried helping me earlier. My dad has plenty of money. It's no problem.
So do we still need to do this?
I don't know. It is a knife.
Yeah, but you have your nunchucks at home.
That's not a knife. I have shuriken.
I mean, it's up maybe bring those too. What else do you have?
Shuriken and nunchucks.
Okay.
And fists.
Oh, cool.
These fists of fury.
I mean, I don't know.
He needs to be taught a lesson at some point.
He does need to be taught a lesson.
He's just
right.
going to keep going.
True. You never know when the next new kid's going to be around.
Yeah. It's at the junkyard, right? So.
You know what? I have walkie-talkies at my house. What if I give you one so
really?
I don't have to go? I don't think my parents are going to want me to go to the junkyard tonight.
Oh, you're
so
right.
you guys can let me know if I need to come get you.
Will it reach that far?
Should?
No?
Maybe? No, it won't.
Then,
Not where you live. I'm gonna say it's not from where you live.
Okay, well, I could have my driver drive me to the street before the junkyard.
At 8 o'clock at night.
Can you sneak?
Driver's homie.
Oh. Dang, okay. Driver's homie.
So he's not gonna tell your parents?
No, he won't.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. So.
Alright. Then let's do that.
Okay. So basically, Courtney, you're gonna know where they live, and so will your driver. They'll know where they live because you dropped them off with plans to meet at what time. If you have to be at the junkyard at 8, I believe. That's what I said.
You said 7:30?
7.
Or 7?
7. Okay, so
You said 7.
yeah, so you have to meet. You have to meet Harold at the junkyard at 7. What time do you guys want to meet up to get over there?
Just say 6.
Oh, I mean, are we walking or are we getting drove there?
So
I'm assuming we're driving. Alright then.
yeah, because that's what Courtney just said.
Okay.
So as you guys pull up to, I'm gonna say Xander's house.
So everyone else got picked up already, or?
No, both you guys are. Everyone is still in Courtney's car. I'm gonna say that
okay,
Xander's getting dropped off first.
Okay.
As we turn the corner from Bellflower to Orchid, going into that cul-de-sac area, you see Harold at your house already.
What?
Because remember, he's all buddy with your mom.
How is he already at the house?
He was
Well,
faster
in
than
the
the
car.
Yeah, you're right.
Is Harold in?
as you guys, I'm just gonna say that you guys are having like conversations and stuff.
Okay.
So
Oh, like
We
before we
stopped
get in the
to go
car.
get ice
Yeah,
cream first.
yeah,
Okay.
or-
Yeah, ice cream.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, the driver asked you guys if you want anything on the way home, and Courtney says ice cream, so you guys go for some ice cream.
Okay.
So by the
Got
time you
Rocky
guys
Road.
get to your house, Xander, to get dropped off, you're the first one getting dropped off, so everyone's in the car. I'm gonna say that as you go in, you see Harold walking out.
Oh, man.
Okay.
He's just hanging out with your mom.
Is that Harold that came out of your house?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Just
You can explain the story.
he knows my mom.
That's it. That's where you're leaving that at.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So as you guys are pulling in, the driver comes outside, opens your door. Harold sees all three of you guys in the car, and he says, "See you guys later. No funny business. Otherwise, you don't get it back." And he gets on his bike and he speeds off. The time right now is at 5. Yeah, I would say the time right now, if school just got out, you guys got home. I'm gonna say the time right now is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
So you have about 5 hours prep. So does everyone split up, go home,
Get dropped off
or
at our
do you guys,
respective houses.
what do you guys do in reaction to Harold saying those things? No funny business, or you don't get it back. I'll be waiting for you at 7.
Yeah. Just
Like,
follow
whatever.
through. Like.
As he's bicycling away, not looking, I'm just flipping him off.
Yeah. Just get home. Prepare ourselves.
Okay. So Courtney, as you get home, I want you to roll a. Let's see. What do we roll for? I want you to roll an intelligence check.
7.
7. All right. So this is your ability to try to sneak the fact that you don't have this bracelet on, because you always have this bracelet on, and you always make sure it's clean. You always make sure it's well maintained. You always make sure that it's with you at all times. You basically only ever take it off when you are showering. You never take it off even when you're sleeping. So with the 7, your parents are going to ask you, Courtney, where's Grandma's charm bracelet?
Oh, well, I'm not used to, having to change at school. I've never done that before. I left it in my locker on accident.
I want you to roll your persuasion. And you get that +1, I believe, to parents, right?
Oh.
Right?
Hmm?
Right? right?
The modifier for persuasion on your parents.
Is that true?
That's one of your skills, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then add in the persuasion modifier plus the +1.
Where's the persuasion?
It's gonna be your charisma.
Charisma.
So that modifier
14?
plus +1.
14.
Okay. So your parents believe you.
Nice.
So they say they ask you about your first day of school. How was your first day of school?
I have an A+ in math already.
Wow.
And
Never before done.
Mom must be proud.
running was horrible though.
And they laugh.
Dad must be disappointed.
I made 2 friends. 2 new friends. But have someone I notice, or I let them know that there is a mean guy at school.
Okay.
That I'm a bit hesitant about. And then I try not to cry, and then they pretend like they didn't see it. My parents pretend like they didn't notice.
I want you to roll a Constitution for you trying not to cry. And this is whether or not they notice.
4.
Okay, they notice. So they're like, so they're catching on, and they're saying, this doesn't have anything to do with your bracelet being lost, does it? I need you to roll that persuasion again. What is it?
Another 4 or
6.
Okay. So, what do you say to try to persuade them?
Persuade them that
It doesn't have anything to do with this bully?
what doesn't have anything to me crying.
Yes. No, you're now crying, talking about this bully, and you're trying to convince them that it's not the reason why your bracelet is lost.
Well, I can say that the bully was also picking on my 2 new friends, and that they pushed him.
Okay. So they don't believe you that it's not just the bully interaction. They're onto the fact, they're not dumb people. They're onto the fact that your bracelet's missing because of this bully. So they're basically like, who is he? Who is she? Who are they? And how do we fix this? This is unacceptable. They're talking about removing you from school. What do you do to calm them down?
Like it was just the first day. I'm already doing well in class. I never had a chance to make friends before. We've always been moving so much, and it's just one bully.
Okay. Roll
okay.
Roll a persuasion.
I can't remember which one.
Add in all your persuasion modifiers. So it's going to be the charisma.
9.
Okay. So they go, all right, you're going to stay home, and we're going to figure out what to do with this kid. What's his name? You don't remember what his name is, do you?
I don't know. He never told me what his name was. He just picked on me.
Okay. All right.
That's true.
Okay, good. And so they're going, okay, first thing tomorrow morning, we're going to go.
And they only said hey instead of Harold.
Yeah. So it's the first thing tomorrow morning, we're going to go over there. Go and wash up, get ready for dinner. I'm pretty sure you have lots of homework to do. So that's the end of that interaction. You still have to get over there, and you still have to get through stuff. I'm gonna say it's about like 6:30. Did you guys ever agree on a time to meet?
I thought it was 6.
Was it 6?
Yeah.
Okay, so 6 is almost rolling around. I need you to roll a... Let's go roll another intelligence. It's right after dinner. Your parents have retreated to... Your dad's in the study. Your mom is reading in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to roll me intelligence just for you to assess the situation.
6.
Yes, you definitely use a different die. Okay. So, this is the first time you've ever snuck out of your house before. And I want you to know, like, Courtney knows for a fact that if she gets caught on her way out, her parents will not let her leave. So what do? This is your first time you've ever snuck out of your house before. So I'm going to say that with your low roll, things are going to be kind of hard for you to get out. And I'm also going to say that your driver's not going to be there.
Oh, man.
If you rolled a little bit higher, then your driver would just be at an easy access place waiting for you, but no. All the servants have retreated to their quarters.
All of the servants?
All the servants have now retreated to their quarters. Besides two of your four. So you have your driver, a butler, and two maids. I would say besides the two maids that are going around just like cleaning stuff up and getting rid of dinner, they're doing some light prep work, doing some laundry. So now there's a total of 4 people in your house. And you have to try to sneak out of there.
Say, as I'm washing up, one of the maids come in, and she sees that my arm has, like, marks on it. That, like, I was pulling down my sleeves earlier, so they noticed I didn't have my bracelet. And then I confide in her about what happened, but I'm torn because I've obviously never left the house before.
Mm-hmm.
And that I'm meeting my 2 friends. Am I allowed to know how to... It says I know how to drive, but I'm in junior high.
I also know how to drive.
Well, driving is also like bicycles and skateboards and stuff.
Skateboarding, yeah. It's more than just driving a car.
Yeah.
I know how to drive because I play a lot of video games.
Yeah. It's the perception of driving. So Julian plays driving games. He knows gas, brake, steering wheel.
I just haven't literally been
exactly. But Julian knows the basics for driving. You actually know how to drive. Your parents did teach you how to drive. It was a part of your your rich opportunity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Crash a couple of feet.
Yeah. You know horseback riding, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. You know how to drive things, everything.
Yeah.
Well, let's say the maid has raised me for the most part and is the not strict one. Like, my parents are the strict ones.
Okay, so Lupita goes and confides in you, and she's like,
or I confide in her to her about what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And she tells me that she will go, or I go downstairs, tell my parents that I'm going to sleep because I've had a long day. Say okay, and that she's gonna get the keys from downstairs and bring them to me so I don't have to go.
Keys for what?
One of our many cars.
You're gonna drive a car without your parents noticing.
What was that?
Okay, let's say Xander's gonna come pick me up on a bike then.
Wow. You guys don't know where she lives. She knows where you live.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
You know where we live, but that's it.
You do have bicycles.
Yeah.
That's a thing you definitely have.
Okay, then I'm going to bike to their respective houses.
And Lupita will cover for you.
Yes.
Okay, I need you to roll your persuasion.
What
is
that
it?
dice is worse.
3.
3?
No.
Well, it was a crit. When you roll a 1, it's automatically
it's
a crit fail.
Lupita.
Nothing can save you.
Lupita agrees with you and then immediately tells your parents. So now.
Oh my gosh.
You're right.
Yeah.
So now it's even harder. For Xander and Rhys, you guys are together.
This one's my good one.
Xander and Rhys, you guys are together at 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's nowhere to be found. What do you guys do?
Dang.
Are we already together?
Yeah, we're together.
You guys are
already.
together.
We're together.
Rhys has weapons in tow. Xander, what did you bring?
I brought a...
And then I want you guys to put that in your equipment.
Yeah.
Of what you guys have.
Do I have it?
I brought my nunchucks and one of my shurikens.
What martial arts do I know? Was that ever said?
It's just martial arts.
Everyone has
Okay.
one. You're only allowed to have one. So it's
Okay.
either brawl
No,
or
I know,
whatever.
I know. Okay, well, I don't bring anything except my orange belt. Let's go.
You know martial arts?
Yes.
Also, you're already orange belt?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so
What the heck am I then?
So you bring
Probably brown.
You bring. So Xander is classically trained, and Rhys did the bulletproof monk thing.
Yeah.
but for some reason, Rhys is way better at martial arts than Xander is. So the only thing Xander brings is his orange belt for some reason.
Okay, look. Okay, yellow belt.
He brings a belt and not anything else.
No, specifically it has to be
sure,
yellow.
whatever. And
So I'm above white belt, but then just barely.
And then so Rhys brings the only weapons you guys have.
Yeah.
Ever. Which is okay.
I mean, that's the only...
Yellow belts don't learn weapons yet. Duh.
Sure. So what do you guys do?
I mean, it's the meeting time.
Yeah, you guys are together. You notice that Courtney is nowhere to be found.
I look at my calculator Casio watch.
And it's 6:01.
It's already 6:01, and I remembered that she came in early, like to school, and then so it's like, she has a car, so she probably wouldn't be late.
Yeah.
You think she just kind of bailed?
I don't know. She never did anything like this before, so she might have.
Yeah.
But at the same
She
time,
never did anything like this before. After the first date we met.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just based off of like.
And like she's rich, so I feel like her parents would be super strict, right?
Probably.
Like I remember kind of seeing her mom, and she looked all like proper and like a really expensive getup, like. So
both of you roll me an intelligence check.
Where did
now.
you see that? I wasn't there.
You were late.
Yeah.
It's the moms.
Yeah, because I have a hot mom.
Okay.
Let's go 20.
3.
Oh, nice. Natural or natural?
Natural 20.
Natural 20. So, and
3.
Okay, so this all comes from Xander.
Yeah.
So you
Change the color of your dice. It's always been orange.
So Xander, you continue on your thread of thought, saying because you as you were saying things out loud, her mom's actually pretty rich.
Yeah.
There's no reason why she wouldn't be here. She had a car. There must be complications. You're correct.
Okay.
In every single way, and you're correct. Your deductions. So your deductions will also lead you to believe. We're now. Would you say that you and Rhys are you going to look for Courtney, where she lives? Because with their natural 20, I'm going to say you're going to correctly deduce where she lives to pick her up. But is that your intention?
Or do you just go for the basic?
And remember that Harold did say no shenanigans. So I'm pretty sure if Harold saw you, this is also with your 20.
Yeah.
Harold saying no shenanigans means that if he doesn't see Courtney,
yeah,
the charm's gone. The charm bracelet's gone. So I am going to give you advantage for whatever method you want to think of to get to Courtney.
We don't have walkie-talkies, do we?
No.
You guys could.
Well, we gotta go buy some.
Do we have walkie-talkies? Because we don't live that far away.
We
That's
don't.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You guys could.
Okay.
That is something that you guys
What's
could
the
have.
range on it, though?
I mean, we're just like 2 blocks.
Yeah.
It's from here
Yeah.
to here.
But then what's the maximum range? Because obviously we would know that.
I would say it wouldn't go past the 2 blocks.
The 2 blocks, okay.
So any block that we have. So you know how the 2 blocks in the housing district, you know how the rec center, the town hall, the police department, and the fire department, you know that block?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that also counts as 2 blocks. Does that make sense?
So here.
So you could be on Bell Avenue. One of you could be on Bell Avenue, and the other person could be in Longin Street, and you'll be able to go ahead and use it correctly without any interference.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of farther than that,
So-
depending on how many things are between you.
Okay, at this point, based off my
You're
my crit
you're correct.
and deductions, where does Courtney live right now?
Courtney, I'm going to say that she lives. What notes do we put on there?
I mean, this was the only housing that we did so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that she lives. There's because how randomly that there's in a neighborhood there's a section that's like really nice.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say
that's kind of what I'm like thinking of. Like I would know.
I want to be on Peony.
Okay, so she's on Peony Place.
Where's that? Oh, okay.
So that's gonna be the nice area.
Okay.
So you're gonna be able to be like if
so
she's gonna be anywhere.
Yeah, it would be the nice new neighborhood type of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, and I would say Peony Place is also one of those blocks that's currently being built.
Yeah.
So all these are brand spanking new houses, like 2-3
she
stories.
lives in the mall house.
Yeah, exactly.
It's slowly got like progressively nicer this direction. Yeah. Your mom's the weather woman too, so she would have like, some money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Away from the
me over here.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a good community, but okay.
So you guys
Bam.
Do I just go ahead while you look for?
That's kind of what I was thinking, but then if the range isn't going to be that long, and just based off of deductions of knowing that that's the expensive neighborhood or the richer neighborhood,
I would say that it would be not good for you guys to split up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say we just both go real quick since it's right there, right? So if we're already together, I'm assuming he met me at my house, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're at my place. We just take our bikes, rush over, and then we just start. It's a fairly small cul-de-sac. We just start
rocks at windows.
Well, no, we just start yelling out, "Corner!"
I want okay, before you do that,
okay.
Can you guys go and roll me in intelligence, both of you?
5.
4.
So both of you guys are going to each house.
Okay.
Trying to find something that you guys recognize. Roll me another intelligence. Oh, right, sorry. Wisdom.
Wisdom?
Sorry. Reroll for wisdom, sorry.
Oh, it's 18.
14.
Okay. Xander, you remember the car.
Okay, cool.
So as you're looking through garages, I would say that the time right now is 6:35. It takes you a little bit while because you guys are like trying not to be weird.
Yeah.
As you're looking through these houses, you find the house, and you find one bedroom window on the second story that's open. So like the screen door is open, and it is Courtney in her room because her parents are like, "No, what are you doing? We'll take care of this tomorrow morning." So what do you guys do? Is that the moment you go? Courtney, roll me that wisdom.
7.
Okay. She doesn't notice.
She doesn't. Look on the ground.
Oh, I'm actually gonna roll a perception. Sorry. Let me roll a general perception.
Like her parents hear it in the living room, but she didn't hear it with her window open.
Yeah.
Her parents also don't hear it.
Okay. I look on the ground. See a small rock, no more than an inch.
Let me throw it.
Alright.
Roll the star.
19.
Okay.
Plus the modifier 20.
Right in the head.
So the screen door, right?
Yeah.
So you hit it. You hit the window literally right in the window jamb, so that way it doesn't make a huge loud like rapping noise that goes against the pane of glass. It's like a tiny tap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Courtney notices because it was a pretty high roll. So you go outside your window.
I have range proficiency.
Okay.
What are you guys doing here?
Get down here. We gotta go.
What are you not doing here?
My parents, I cracked it. I couldn't hold it in. That bracelet meant too much, and they figured out what I wanted to do. So I'm locked up in here.
Is there any way you can get out?
I could see if I have anything. I mean, I don't have a ladder. We haven't had our emergency kit yet, but I could try scaling down the.
Okay, her room's on this second.
Describe me your house. It is 2 stories.
2 stories.
Your bedroom window faces the front of the house.
There's no balcony, but the window's open.
And it's just
and
flat.
There's I mean, there's a ledge,
Okay.
but then there's lattice going up with like vines and stuff.
So do you climb down?
I mean, I could, but I don't want to get in trouble. They could find out.
I want you to roll
My
a history
parents could
check.
find
So
out.
can you roll your intelligence real quick?
4.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that. That's a 4. I'm gonna say that your parents, like, they know you're a good kid. They know you follow stuff. So I'm gonna say you need to you need to do something to your room or to your door. Like, you need to do this. They will probably check up on you and stuff. You need to do something to try to mask the fact that you're gone. So I need to know what you do. And historically, like, you've never run into the situation ever before, so you don't really know exactly how they're going to react. So I want to know, with that perception, and how low it was, you actually don't know what they're going to do. The only thing that you have is
Do we know her parents?
No.
Because they were like the star quarterback and like they were the popular kids.
Roll both of your intelligences then.
Okay.
We need history checks on everything.
I'm like,
5.
Okay,
Fail.
no, you guys have no idea who your
okay,
parents are.
okay.
You guys don't even know what high school they went to.
Okay.
And you guys don't even know that they're the star quarterback.
Okay, fine. Get it.
We know nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, so what do you do to your room, Courtney, to try to either delay or to try to convince them that you're still in your room?
Well, they know that I can't sleep without a nightlight, so I turn off the normal lights and then I just put on the dimmer light.
Anything else?
And that I can't fall asleep without listening to music, so my parents know once I put that on that I'm trying to sleep.
Okay.
And the basic, pillows
Yeah,
arranged under
I was
the
gonna
blanket.
say. I was gonna say put the pillows.
Just in case.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Gotta see the lumps in the sheets.
And a snooze track on your cassette player. Just
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Okay. So you, after the time right now is 6:50. You still have time to get there. That's after you arrange your room and do all that stuff. And then you're gonna be on your way out. I need you to roll me a dexterity to see how well you get off of the second story
5.
falling down.
I mean, we're under her.
Can we go to
just in case?
So it's a 5. I'm gonna say you make it halfway and your foot slips and the part of the lattice cracks, and the parents do not notice. Roll me another dexterity.
3.
Okay.
Different dice.
Put it in the bad luck pile.
Wow, your parents still don't know. Okay, so they're sufficient. Your parents are sufficiently satisfied with how they dealt with your situation, considering this is the first time they've had to deal with something like this, because it's quite a lot for them too. So they also don't notice. You make another loud noise. I need you to roll me one last one. What are you rolling? Oh, it's a black one.
16.
Okay. Okay.
That's
So
the
you
one.
crawl down. Xander and Rhys are giving oohs and ahs every single time you slip.
Oh.
Nice.
So you successfully make it down. Courtney, what did you bring with you?
Money just in case, because I don't want to rely on the two of them, because I saw him get
Fine.
bullied earlier.
Good call.
So I'm not sure yet.
So where's that money? Was it in your pocket of your shoe, like Xander told you?
Yeah.
Okay, and then did you bring
Inside the
anything else
sock.
from your room? Because the only place that you could bring stuff from would be your room, I would say, because you've been locked in there. And then this is stuff that would be in your room normally.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say you bring a samurai sword or a bat. You're not going to have those in your room.
I do.
Well, my first thought was like one of those, like my first chemistry kits, because my mom's a scientist.
And you have that?
in my room.
You would have that. So what would be in the chemistry kit that would be useful?
Just gonna fart bomb.
Maybe.
Because it's your My First Chemistry kit. There's not going to be anything super weird or caustic in there.
That's true. I don't know, something mild and diluted that I could like throw in his eyes or something.
Okay, so I would say that you bring like a little thing of baking soda and some vinegar.
Like, I don't know if this will
And
help us at all.
Making a little dirt volcano. Behold.
I guess.
Distraction.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know. I don't know what would be in a standard chemistry kit. Phosphorus.
They're usually like preset for like one experiment usually.
Right. But the thing is that your mom is your mom. So I would say that you also have bleach.
The slightly potent stuff.
Yes, you also have bleach on you. So I would say that you bring like those three things with you. Okay. So you guys start making your way over to the junkyard. What do you guys talk about on the way over?
I don't. I'm pedaling super fast.
You're ready to go? Okay. So you guys just get over there. I would say that you guys get there right on the dot at 7. You see, as you guys make your way to the junkyard, in front you see a gate. On one side you see like that little office area. Lights are obviously off. There is a security guard, but he's only there in the late night. Okay. So he gets there around like 2-3 in the morning just to make sure like there is anyone around. And he kind of checks everything for about an hour, stays in his car for a little bit, and then leaves. Because like it's Bell. Yeah. It's the city of Bell. There's nothing really weird happens around. There's other things for them to do. So the security guard, you have a lot of time. You guys know basically that there's going to be no one there, and it's a junkyard. Like what's going to be around? So you guys get over to the front, and there's the gate. There's all like the junk cars all in a row. Like they're all like arranged. There's some that are stacked on top of each other. Obviously, there's others that aren't. And it goes from like basically older to newer junked cars. So like you have those old rusted cars that are all stacked up on each other. And then right next to that you have like the crushed cars in the cubes. And then like as you make as it goes down further and further closer to the office from like left to right as you're facing, the cars get newer and newer. So it is a junkyard shop, and it's also a used car dealership essentially. Because lots of people it's a good place to get a decent car if someone just dropped one off for whatever reason, and they just fix it up and they give it back, and they sell it out. So basically, on top of the just beyond the gate and like this little clearing, you see Harold just kind of sitting down, tossing the charm to himself. You guys arrive, and what do you guys do?
I look for his bike. Where's his bike?
It's nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found?
Yeah, you're assuming it's inside with him.
Okay. But, like, when we look at him, can we...
Like, you can't
it's
see
nowhere
it's nowhere to be found.
Can we circle? Or can I circle?
Did he see us arrive already?
Yes.
Okay. He did.
Because he's sitting...
All three of us.
Yes, he's sitting on top of the thing. I'm gonna say as you guys are biking your way towards the entrance of the junkyard, you guys see him like sitting on top of like those crushed cars, and he's just kind of sitting.
How many cars though?
Like I would say he's like a couple stories high.
Okay.
It's like he clambered up there and just sitting down so he could like kind of look at everything. As you guys are going down, he does not notice you as you guys are coming in.
Okay.
So what's your plan?
Well, he's gonna want the money right away.
Yeah, he is. And do we see him like playing with the? Okay.
Like you see it tossing up. You can see the glint of the light of him just tossing up.
Okay. Then
he clearly doesn't care about it.
Yeah. trust us?
Considering you tried your best to get the bracelet from me earlier, yes.
Okay. I'm thinking maybe give him the money, just straight up right now.
Straight up. I mean, even though it wouldn't hurt, if we give him the money right away, don't you think he's just gonna take something else of mine next time
That's true.
I'm at school?
So maybe, since he doesn't see us right away, during this time, can I look for his bike?
Roll me a dexterity. To see how sneaky you are about.
Oh, I see. 10.
You don't find it.
No.
You don't make any noise and you don't find it.
Okay.
So it's now 7:08 after you made your lap around the area. Mm-hmm. So it's safe to assume that he brought the bike in with him somehow.
Yeah.
And you also don't notice anything weird. There's nothing around the area that's like an easy way to get in and out. Like, because the whole place is gated all the way around.
Yeah. Okay.
So so you are under the suspicion, and you do know that Harold somehow got in there, like easily.
Yeah.
What if the two of you go around behind him, and I approach him for the bracelet? Because I'm assuming, knows neither of you have money, or at least $150 for this bracelet, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true, actually. Okay.
So what if the both of you sneak up behind him, and I approach him, but before I can give him the money, you try to take it first?
Yeah.
All right, I'm okay with that.
Okay. With that loose plan, you guys approach the gate, or Courtney approaches the gate. You guys go circle around. I want all of you guys to roll me a dexterity, and this is how successful you guys are going to be climbing over the gates.
Okay.
13.
Success.
11.
Success.
11.
11 for dex.
Yeah.
12.
Okay, success. All of you guys are successful getting over. As Courtney's making her way over, Harold notices and says, "Oh, hey, what's up, new kid? How you doing?"
Just her.
Yeah. Because you guys
we're sneaking.
Yeah, I just want to.
Can I have my bracelet back, please?
Can I have the money, please?
Bracelet first.
Nope, that's not how it works. And you see him hold something else in his hand, and you see him start to roll the bracelet around it. You don't quite know what it is because he's like 2 stories up, and you're like down in this clearing. And I want you to roll a perception. Let's go roll that intelligence to see if you figure out what's going on.
5.
Okay, you don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna put the money on the ground, and you're going to come and hand me the bracelet.
No, that's not how it's gonna work either. You're gonna come right up here. And I also want you to count in front of me.
Fine.
Okay. Roll me your. So you start making your way up. Roll me another intelligence.
9.
Okay. So you notice that there's you hear a little bit of squeaking going around, and you hear a little bit of rattling as you're making your way up, and then you meet Harold face to face, and Harold has your bracelet wrapped around like 3 hot dogs.
What? Oh. Okay.
Oh, I also think I get it, maybe.
No, you don't know.
What do you do?
Hot dogs?
Yeah.
Question
What
mark?
are we doing while she's doing all this?
Let's cut to you.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to?
So she
So options. You guys don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You guys know that she's just meeting with her. So as you guys
do
make
we
your way
do
over,
we see the interaction?
no,
We're on pretty much the other side of Junk Mountain.
we're literally starting this for you guys.
Yeah.
You guys just got over
Okay.
the gate. So I would say like your options would be you could secure a safe way out. You could try to sneakily try to get to the scene as fast as you guys can. What do you guys do? You guys have a lot of options here.
My first thought is to get close to where Harold is on his like little tower, but at the same time also looking to see if his bike is anywhere like underneath him.
Then I'm kind of going up the tower, just kind of trying to get also close to Harold, but with the opposite intention of just going for Harold.
Okay. So I want Brandon to roll me a dexterity, and I want you to roll me an intelligence to see if you notice.
15.
Okay, so you make a way up. You're about like, if Harold's 2 stories high, you're about a story high, and no one's seen you yet.
Okay.
Also 15.
So you see that Harold's bike is like leaned up against the tower.
On the back.
Boxed. Cars. Yeah, the crushed cars. You see him kind of there.
I'd like to remove his bike chain.
How? How do you do it?
I mean, I have driving skills, so I'm assuming I also know how to put. Yeah, it's like mechanic skills.
Okay.
I'm assuming that would translate.
You know how a bike works.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's roll that dexterity to see how successful you are.
9.
Okay. You rattle the chain a little bit. Harold doesn't notice.
Okay. So it doesn't come off.
Not yet.
Okay, then.
So you guys are now close enough. You guys are now close enough to Courtney and Harold for Courtney to say hot dogs. And then you guys also hear like squeaking, like lots of squeaking.
Okay. Just real quick, I get kind of anxious, so I'll just get like, since there's a bunch of cars and stuff around us, I'm assuming there's like nuts and bolts just kind of on the ground. I'll get a few like smaller ones and just jam into like the inside of his like the bike chain and like the gears and stuff.
Okay, so you've given up on removing it.
Yeah, I'll
okay.
just.
Okay.
No, just jamming it.
Just jamming it.
Roll me dexterity for that.
Okay. 14.
Okay. So you successfully jam his bike.
Okay, cool.
Okay. What do you do after?
I noticed that he's going up the tower, so I'll also follow.
Roll me your dexterity to see how successful you are doing that quietly.
Wrong choice.
Okay. So you do make a noise. Let's see how Harold is. He also straight up doesn't notice. I've been rolling like 5s and 6s this whole time.
Nice.
So this D20 sucks. I'm gonna go back to my orange one. So Harold goes, hot dogs, yes, correct.
I'm climbing, just very confused about what's going on.
So Harold, what Harold does is he takes one of his hands and he hands with the hot dog and the charm wrapped around it, and he holds it out. And the squeaking and rattling of a cage is heard, like, below. And he holds out his hand and it says, give me the money right now, nice and slow, count it out for me, and you'll get this back.
Okay, fine. Just give me the bracelet and I'll give you the money.
That's not how this works.
At the same time.
He lowers his hand. Stop trying. Next time you try something funny, I'm dropping this, and it's going to be lost basically forever. And the squeaking, like, he tears off half of one of the hot dogs. So the hot dogs are like 3. They're like all 3 of them are like this, and the bracelet's bundled around it. So he breaks off half of one of them, and he drops it down to where he's going to drop it, and the squeaking gets like really loud, and you hear a cage rattle like pretty violently. What do you do?
Am I close enough to see any of this happening? Or am I just hearing hot dogs, yes?
You're just hearing all this kind of happen.
But I could also hear him saying he's going to drop it, right?
Yes.
So can I kind of maneuver around the garbage kind of towards where I feel like...
Roll me that dexterity.
Okay. 7.
Okay. Harold still doesn't notice you guys making all this noise. I think he's just really focused.
Yeah.
He's really focused right now.
He also doesn't want to fall.
Yeah.
What do you do? Courtney. Harold starts counting. 3.
Did I make it there while making noise, or did I?
How close am I to Harold?
You're right in front of him, face to face. He has his arm outstretched.
5.
Oh. You brought it in 5?
Okay.
15.
Okay. Do we hear her counting?
Yes.
20.
Every time she says
25.
Remember, every time she says something, I'd like to try to move closer.
Dexterity.
Oh my gosh.
What?
He crit failed.
He crit failed. Harold turns around and sees both of you guys like frozen, like Kronk from Never Grew. And like Harold's like, I knew you guys would do this, and he drops the bracelet. And you hear
I'm below where he was gonna drop to try to catch as he dropped.
After seeing what's inside, so what happens is that you see the hot dogs with the bracelet wrapped around it fall, and as you reach your hand out to try to grab it, you look down, and in this cage you see 3 gigantic rats, and they start fighting over it.
Wait, what?
They start. It's wrapped in a hot dog.
Oh,
Yes.
no, yeah, but
And then
so he catches it?
No.
Or?
I don't even get to attempt.
You don't ever get to attempt to.
I
Wait,
pull out my
he only heard me
bleach
though.
And
He only
throw
heard
it.
You crit failed,
He
so it
crit failed.
ruined.
He sees everybody.
Oh, okay, so
And he's also up above you guys,
Yeah,
and everything's kind of a cone. So he looks around down,
yeah.
and he sees that happen.
Okay.
So Harold simultaneously grips whatever money you gave him, which I think is like
15.
$15.
Good thing it was 5.
Yeah, give me the pencil. He's $15 richer.
So I subtract 15 from my 300.
Yes. He has $24 now.
And then I pull out my bleach and then I throw it into the cage.
Oh, snap.
Okay.
Just bleaching rats.
Before you do that, I need so Harold drops the thing, and I want all of you guys to roll for initiative. So roll a d20 for your initiative.
13.
Is this dexterity?
Whoa, nat 20. Nice.
Really?
2.
Okay, hold on. Harold, and then what?
13.
13. Rhys?
6.
2.
Courtney, 2. First rat 1 is 16. Rat 2. Is that a 17?
It's like real D&D, just fighting rats.
And rat 3 is at a 6. Right after Rhys.
How big are these rats?
These rats are about the size of a small dog, about 4 to 5 pounds. Although not overly aggressive unless attacked or cornered, their bites do have a 1 in 6 chance in transmitting a disease to their victims.
Okay.
And with that, with these rats now agitated, Harold, because he has that 20 for initiative, Harold goes down. He jumps down basically to where the cage is, and before you could do anything, Rhys, he rips open the cage, and the rats go free into that clearing area.
Okay.
And then Harold that's what starts. And we're gonna cut it today.
Okay.
Right here with the rats.
Right as the action happens.
Right as the action happens. So the rats, there's 3 rats that are released. We have our order for battle, and then we will go ahead and finish this battle. Next time on Homeroom Heroes, my name is Lyle. I am your game master for this Dark Places and Demogorgons playthrough. And to my right is...
Kristen as Courtney.
Julian as Xander.
And Brandon as Rhys.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.